Hey folks, welcome to the Pipnotic Symposium on the 17th of August 2025. Okay, I'm just building a database of optimization results for every asset that this algo scans for. And so I'm just going to walk through this once again so you understand what it is. I mean, these are the inputs for the ASR algorithm. A few different values here. I shan't explain what they do, but they are instrumental in the algorithm being able to qualify signals. Okay, so this is super important, but it can be quite difficult to know what to put for these values. I mean, they can be so many different things, as you can see here. You know, it's really difficult to know exactly what this value could be. And so I built an optimizer, which is this down here, and then what it does is you just select an asset. Here we've got Cardano on the 30-minute chart, and you click the Run Optimization button, and it'll identify the most profitable combination of settings, and it'll run through all of these. I suppose like brute force is what you could call it, and then it runs it over the data, it stores the result, and then it compares total return or Sharpe, whatever it is that you're looking for. And once it finds something that produces good results, it just orders the list and displays the results. And if we look here at the past 10 results with these settings, the mean period is set to 100, the Z modifier is 3.5, Windsor is 1.4, percentile is 0.16, and so on and so forth. This is giving 14% returns on that annual returns at 21%. Max drawdown, not even a percent. It's a super tiny drawdown. Win rate, 80%. Okay, and then you can go down to number 2. You can say, okay, what about number 2? Well, this gave a result of 12%. And so if you want to use this one, then you can just click this button. It'll tell you here that the parameters have been set, and then you can just hit this button, and it'll run, and it'll produce these results once again on more data. Okay, but you can do here, you can see all of the top 10 here. You can just select the one that you like, and then you can use that. And I mean, just looking at the equity curve charted, it looks like this, and you can download the other results and the stats there if you like. And so what I've done is I've built this database, and the database I'm doing for all of the assets. It takes a long time. I have to automate this because this is excruciating, to be completely honest, but I have to do it for all assets on all time frames, so that I have this database. But the database looks like this. If we go to the top of the database, this is what it looks like. It contains, this is the random data, and so with these settings, it gives results of 94% over the period, an annualized return of 150%. This is 183 trades, 84 winners and 99 losers, and so we're winning about 46% of the time, but our R ratio is almost 2, which is really good. And here you can see for the Australian dollar, Japanese yen, with these settings here, and this is on the 1-hour chart. With these settings here, we're getting 6% on those. If we continue down, we've got this one here. This is the Australian dollar Kiwi on the 1-hour chart. With these settings, we're getting about 153% per year. And so you can see these settings are different here on Aussie Kiwi. We have 50% mean. Here we had 70. Z modifier is 1.2. Here it was, where is it? Sorry, it was 3.3. Wins is 2.5. Here it was 1.5. This is 0.26, the percentile. Up here it's 0.1. And so they're different. They're all different. And this is because, I mean, each asset has its own personality, it has its own pulse, and so the algo has to adjust to it. And so by building this database, every time the signals algo runs and displays results in the table, what it's doing is it's looking at, I can just show you here in the dashboards. So here it's just looking at this, for example, the American dollar, Taiwan dollar, or the euro. Let's take this one here, the euro, Czechoslovakian. I'm not exactly sure what that is called. If we copy that, and this is on the 4-hour, So if we search for that here, we don't have it there, so I'll have to put that in there. The pound Kiwi. Actually, I remember doing these yesterday. So if we search for this one here, yeah, so that was the 4 hour. So here we have the 1 hour settings. So we need to find the 4 hour, 30 minute, 4 hour. Okay, and so it's loading these settings. And with these settings, we're getting about 35% a year. Okay, and here you can see all of the information about that. Stop multiplier 2, target multiplier 1.5, so we're going to have an R ratio of less than 1, so careful with that. But it's really, really great. If we have a look at XAU, I deleted a lot of these because I wanted to freshen the database. This is on the 1 hour chart, so we have to find this on the 1 chart. There it is. Okay, so here we have the mean periods of 70. When the settings are like this, we're getting 22% returns a year. And here are the statistics. Okay, we have a max winning streak, 4, max losing streak, 13. That's a lot. That's a lot. The R ratio of 2 almost. So if you just look, if you go down and look at some of these results here, this is the Kiwi Japanese yen on the 1 hour chart. And this is looking at the Sharpe ratio. And the ASR is not working very well on that. So we'll probably remove that for the 1 hour chart. Let me see if we have other data for other time frames. No, we don't. And so, I mean, this one I would probably remove because, I mean, we don't want to trade stuff that's giving negative returns. We want to focus on stuff that's producing positive returns. So if I go to Kiwi, Japanese yen in the strategies thing here, let's go to the 1 hour chart. Kiwi, where is it? I don't know if I have to upload this data maybe. Kiwi Japanese yen. Okay, cool. We'll run that. We'll let that run. Oh, that is the 1 hour data. That's not what I want. Cancel that. Let's have a look on 4 hour. I have that data. I don't seem to have that data. I'll have to download it. What about 30 minute? No, I don't have that either. So I'll have to download those, put them in here, and then run them through the this here. And so the results is a database filled with assets that only produce decent returns. And this is pretty common, about 30%, 20%, 6%. What's that? That's Ripple on the 1 hour chart. Here we have Solana on the 1 hour chart. That's 9%. UK 100, 16%. US 30, 44%. Here we have US 500, minus 8%. Seems so I'm probably going to remove that because the ASI is not an algorithm that's working for that. Let's see the US 500 on other time frames. We've got 1 hour. That's all we have. So I'm going to have to go in here and see if we have 4 hour. Not yet. I have to get the data still. I don't have it here either, so I'm going to have to download that data and then put it in. I have to automate this stuff because it's pretty laborious to do this. If we just keep moving through a little bit, 30%, it's pretty normal. 10% on the dollar Swiss franc. But if we go to the other time frames, 4 hour, we're getting 23%. What about 30 minute? 30 minute, we're getting 86%. So I'm finding that the 30-minute chart is by far the most profitable out of those three. And I actually removed the weekly and the daily because they were the least profitable. So if we're focusing on the most profitable assets, then the 30-minute seems to be the one that is doing the best. We have 30-minute here on the American dollar versus the Japanese yen. Let's see what the other ones are doing. So we have 3.5% on the 30-minute. On the 1 hour, we have 3.5%. On the 30-minute, 3.5%. Do we have 4 hour? We don't have 4 hour data. Let me see if I have it in here. 4-hour data. I can set it to crunch if I have that downloaded. No, I have to upload that data. Dollar, peso. Yeah, anyway, I could go on and on and on and on, but I just wanted to draw to your attention what it is that I'm working on at the moment and what this stuff does. So if you want to use this, that's fine. It's pretty laborious on the web server, so go easy. I'm throttling it a little bit just so we don't like take down the web server. But yeah, use it and experiment. And each time you find an update that works well, it's going to go into the database automatically. It'll automatically filter out runs that are profitable. So here we have, this is the first one. It did 14%. And so what you can do is you can select the different objectives. You say like, well, I want to sort them. Rather, I want to do a simulation where I extract high Sharpe ratios or high profit factors or profit and loss or win rate. I want the win rate to be high, or I want the Kalmar statistics to be the highest, or annualized return. And so you can optimize on any one of these, which is pretty cool. And these settings I won't go into detail with, but you can just leave them how they are. Yeah, but this is what we're doing, and it's looking bloody marvelous. And so I'm going to continue to do the database and eventually automate this so I don't have to do it. And so what will happen is I'll optimize maybe once a week or once a month so that the database is constantly updated with the most recent profitable settings based on the most recent data. Okay, I'll leave it at there. Have any questions? Let me know. Thanks once again for watching.